What is it, round 8?
Yeah.
This something's going to sell, you know.
You go.
Hello and welcome today to a very big game in the Adelaide Footy League, round 8 between St Peter's Old Collegians and Sacred Heart Old Collegians. Both teams starting the season very well, sitting second and third on the ladder respectively, and Sacred Heart just getting their win a few weeks ago before the bye, their first loss I should say, before the bye. So just coming off that loss, but both teams obviously coming off that bye. It's going to be very interesting to see how this game goes. My name's Jad Goss, I'm here with Nathan Woods. Nathan.
Jad, how you going? Yeah, great to be here. It looks what to be a great clash between two of the heavyweights this year in Sacred Heart and St Peter's. Just had the reserves finish before. Sacred Heart had another good win there. They're flying in the twos, 9 goals 10 to St Peter's 6-11, so a 17-point win there. And weather, 13, 14 degrees here. Very rainy, but it won't dampen our spirits today. Big clash today, and Jad, really looking forward to this one.
Yes, for sure. A lot of rain about, hasn't stopped for the last few hours. We're sitting on a marquee, but it's not doing too much, unfortunately. We are getting a bit wet, but it is a winter sport for a reason, so we'll tough it out just as the players will out there today at Caterham Oval. Quickly, I'll run through the sponsors. Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Custom Bow RTC, High Five Eat Bikes, Dartfish, Archie's, Jag Meatworks. It's my responsibility for the snag of the day, so look out for that one, as well as Kimberley Resorts. So yeah, looking again quickly at the ladder, St Peter's third with a 5-2 record. There are only 2 losses coming by 1 point and 3 points, so definitely nearly could have been unbeaten, but 2 very close losses. Other than that, they've won every other game. For Sacred Heart, they just lost their first, as I mentioned, 2 weeks ago against Ross Trevor, so they're sitting in second, 6-1 record. As the rain gets a little bit heavier just before we're about to start here at Caterham Oval, and we see the players lining up in their positions.
Yeah, so as you said, rain just starting to come down here, and players going to their positions. So in the midfield, the ruckman, big Brad Sanderson, will be up. I think it is, Big Bradley Noble will be in the middle there, rucking against, looks like the number 39 will do the rucking there for Fraser Bone. He's back in the side this week. We see young Henry Nelligan, a big recruit for St Peter's this year. He starts in the middle as well. So here we are, all set for this round 8 clash. St Peter's and Sacred Heart. Umpire holds the ball aloft. Siren sounds. So up they go. Noble gets a little bit of a hand to it. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle by Bone. We'll see a lot of that today. A lot of stoppages. So throw up now. This time Noble gets a little tap. Soccer forward. Picked up there. It was Oscar Lovelock. He was wrapped up in a quick tackle though. So another stoppage. Tapped down by Bone. Ball squeezes out. Carruthers was there. Nelligan gets the soccer off the ground. Players around the ball. Sacred Heart get a little tap. Nelligan again working hard. And St Peter's going nowhere there. So stoppage after stoppage to start this one. Both teams trying to set the tone here. Another big tackle in the middle. Ball squeezes out. Socket off the ground by Nelligan. He's got a few early sockers. Ball spills out forward. Here's Nick Michaels, clever player. He couldn't quite pick it up. It's a slippery pill already. And looks like it's going to go out. No, still stays in. Ned Brooks has got the ball. He's going to flick it back. And eventually out of bounds. Out of sight as the rain starts to come down heavier.
Yeah, it's a lot of stoppages early. I think that's going to be a bit of a pattern as we go along in this match, just due to the weather. Both teams are very good teams. I was hoping for a drier day just to see their skills on display, but I'm sure we'll still see that come through despite the weather. As the kick comes now, looking for goal actually. They like it. Yes, it's going to be a goal. Great job in there, right in the corner. All the players get around him. They're happy with that one.
Looks like Malachi Carruthers, I think, with the long sleeves on. They're getting around him. I'm pretty sure it's Malachi Carruthers. So that was a great snap out of nothing.
Out of nothing, and that's the kind of goals that go a long way, especially in this type of match. Just creating a goal-scoring chance and finding the big sticks when there's not really anything on. And a great goal to start this one. Only 2 minutes played, and St. Peter's, the home deck, have the lead.
Yeah, just good soccer and good wet weather footy. They just pushed it forward. A couple little sockers off the ground by Nelligan. So ball back in the middle. Bone and Noble go at it. McRae's there. He couldn't take it. Bone slips it out wide. Slammed on the boot by Lewis. So it was Darcy. Kayletto's in front. Good ball. Great front and centre there from Sacred Heart. Ball going over the back. Ned Brooks leads in the race. He just is happy to give it a little tap and sees that out of bounds. Henry McCullough was in pursuit. So good little front and centre there by Cameron Kill. So deep now in Sacred Heart's forward line. Can they jag a stoppage goal? Bone and Kayletto, the 239's at it. Bone taps it. Wrapped up in a tackle there was Bel Perio, I think. He gets a hurry kick forward. Sacred Heart got the numbers. Coming across there was Boyle. No, Bradley Agnew, sorry. He couldn't take the mark. So St. Peter's get a kick forward. Over the back, though, killing that ball there was St. Peter's player. He was happy. It was the ruckman Noble. And out of bounds on the outer side.
Yeah, you can see the crowd on the other outside with the umbrellas. Brave of them to stand over there.
There's a lot of white chairs behind the goals that aren't being used there, Jack.
Yes, so
people are ducked for cover.
Definitely one of those days. A couple of people in their cars as well, which is very nice to see at local footy. Ball back into play now, tapped down by both players really. Towards the boundary line again, it does dribble over there, so it's going to be another boundary throw-in.
Looks like the rain set in for the day here as well. Very gloomy conditions.
Yeah. 11 degrees. They said it was going to rain after 2 p.m. I thought that's perfectly when the footy starts, so that's just how it is today, but...
Hoping they got it wrong, but they got it right for once.
Yeah, that's true. Ball back into play now, again, tap down. Captain there, McRae, trying to get it out of there. Now the clearance comes. Takes a couple bounces before anyone gets to a bit of a foot race. Does well to keep his feet there. Nicely done by Charlie Allen. And now the inside 50 comes through by Ainello. Couldn't find a mark, and now the snap gets tackled as he kicked it. Play on, said the umpire. Looking to go forward. It's going to be cleared the other way, though, by Sacred Heart. Looking for a mark, just fumbles it a little bit, bounces off his chest a bit, and now it's going to be St. Peter's looking to make the most of it. Puts his head down in the hole. Umpire doesn't give away the free kick because of that. It's going to be another stoppage.
Yeah, both teams hard at it here. Important game, this one.
Yep.
Could see St. Peter's draw level with Sacred Heart. They've got a bit of better percentage as well. As the hurry kick comes forward, that's to Fergus Carruthers. He goes out wide to Bedford. And he's got someone on as well there. So mark's taken by Nelligan. That was Ty Bedford that had that. So Ty Bedford, nice little kick out. Nelligan on the lead. He started well. These conditions will suit Henry. And he's going to have a ping. Won't be easy from there, but very skillful player. So Nelligan about 35 out. Maybe 40 even. Comes in. Leans back. Got good connection. Umpire doesn't do much at all. That's straight through. So St. Peter's strike again. So they're off to a good start here. 2 straight goals in these conditions. A very handy start. Just approaching the 6-minute mark of the first quarter. And well done there by St. Peter's.
Yeah, well called. Nelligan, one of their key players. Been in the best players 4 of 7 times this season. So definitely been consistent for them. A couple outs that caught my eye coming into this match. Edward Weeks, he's been a key for them in defence. He's not listed to play. The other one, Ben McGill, we actually saw him running around in the B grade, so dropped for this week's game. He was one of the best out there. Watched about a half of that while we prepared for this one. So we'll see if he comes back in next week. But his brother's Nick McGill's out there, so we'll see how he goes without his brother. The tackle now, holding the ball, said the umpire. No, holding the man. So it's going to go the way of Sacred Heart, winning a free kick in the middle of the ground. Not too much movement for him up forward. He does eventually just kick it long and high, looking for a mark. The punch comes from the defence. Now they're looking to get out of there through Coe, but it is going to be wrapped up, and now he's going to be caught holding the ball. And it's going to be Charlie Allen winning the free kick.
So Allen about 40 metres in the defensive arc, goes long, big punch out wide there. Here's the skipper there. Edward Allen. Now it comes through number 20 there. That was Jesse McKinnon, a recruit this year. What can they do up here? Johnny Reid soccers it off the ground. Leading in the race, Nick Michaels, he just has to pick it up. He soccers it off the ground. Oh, no, well done. Desperate defence back there from Sacred Heart. So nearly a third there. But just couldn't quite take possession. Nick Michaels, another one of those dangerous forwards. Clever, smart player.
But again, smart play there. They just soccer kicked it forward once or twice. And soccer kicked it towards goal even, where we saw on the other end, Sacred Heart with a long, high kick in these conditions is never really going to work.
Yeah, spot on, Chad. So here you go, Sacred Heart. Can they get something going from deep in their defence? A kick out. Well done by Edward Allen, skipper. She's going to pump it into the hot spot, coming across and taking, or not quite taking the mark with Sacred Heart. And looks like there's a free kick being picked out here. Or is it a ball up?
Ball up.
No, he's going to call the ball up. It's Jad. And so they'll be looking to rush it through, but Reed takes it out of the ruck. And he's wrapped up by Coe and Noble. So another throw up, only a few metres out from the goal. Clearing kick from Sacred Heart. Hasn't gone that far. That'll bring rain. And Kayleto comes across. He couldn't take the mark. And a good strong tackle there. Didn't have much time to get rid of it, but well done. That was Scott Bedford that got pinged for holding the ball. So Sacred Heart are going to come out through the player there. I couldn't quite pick him up, but Bones there now for St. Peter's. He gets a hurried kick. And taking the ball out there was Cooper Brinkworth. So out of side. Good start here for St. Peter's, doing all the scoring. 2 goals won, 9 minutes played, and Sacred Heart yet to score.
Yeah, good start here for St. Peter's. Probably as best as they could have hoped for coming here against the top team at home. Sacred Heart need a fire. Coe's there. Can't quite pick it up. The pressure comes now. His teammates also come to help. They just handball it forward. But the kick forward instead coming through St. Peter's player all the way over to on the 4, I believe.
It's a long way over there, away, isn't it, Chad?
Yeah.
So Brinkworth, I think, is going to grab it, or he's going to give it back to his teammate.
Yeah, the opposite side to where we're sitting. It's going to be brought back in. They're set up down the field for a long kick, so he might go there. Looks like he got an option short if he wants to. He just points to him and says, nah, go long, and that's what he does. The pack forms, no mark taken, ball bounces. Coe's getting involved again. He's been busy early for them. Good tackle there. Not paid, play on. The umpire lets it play, keeps his whistle away for now. Allen's in there as well, Edward Allen. And now the umpire says he'll come and sort them out. Just on the opposite wing, just outside the centre box. Nice tap down there by Bradley Noble. Looking to go forward. Soccer kicked off the ground, that's better. And look at that, gets rewarded straight away. Kakuro has a player on. There's Noble, so he wasn't in the ruck. It was someone else. Noble now with the mark.
Great kick, great mark.
He plays on as well, runs into an open goal and finishes nicely. Bradley Noble with the first for Sacred Heart. He's been in the best all year for them. He's been named in the top 10 in the between the post player of the year as well, so definitely having a great season. And thought he was in the ruck earlier where he usually is, but sneaked up forward and kicked a goal.
Yeah, beautiful kick by Kakuro. He saw him on over the back. Big Noble took a great mark in these conditions, and smart just to play on and make sure of it, make it a certain goal. So Sacred Heart strike back.
And you see when they soccer kick the Sacred Heart, good things happen.
Yeah, definitely. Let's get it forward at all costs type of day. So ball back in the middle now. Another one that's out for St. Peter's is their ruckman, Henry Stewart Rattray. He's a good player.
Yep.
Big Bones in there doing a good job. Little tap down. Tap forward by Kayleto. Bedford's got it now. That's Ty to Scott. Bedford out wide. That was McGill. Nick McGill. Kick forward. Good spoil over the back by Q, I think it was. Now Kayleto's got it. The coach. Was through the hands there of Lorb. Ball's spinning around everywhere. Socket off the ground there by Ed Colley. Well, good take there, though, by Chester Forster. Now the ball comes out wide. Good kick. They're going on a bit of a roll here. So Lovelock out wide. Can he find a player? Clayton Simon's out there. He couldn't take the mark. Players going to ground everywhere. And ball up. So Sacred Heart just having a good couple of minutes here. Striking back. Throw up. Bone. Tap by Noble. Quick kick by Ty Bedford. Good take. Pump forward. Can they take a mark? Oh, everyone's missed it there. Edward Allen, his kick's smothered. Now Sacred Heart have a chance. But he's ran into trouble and there'll be a ball up. Just couldn't quite get through then. 10 metres out from Sacred Heart's goal.
Quick throw up by the umpire. Again, Sacred Heart trying to find a quick way to goal, but St. Peter's have numbers. They do well to clear it. Over the top, punched. The ball's still alive in a bit of a dangerous area here for Sacred Heart if they can make something happen. Coe involved again with a nice little handball. And now bumped off by him, so it's going to be Lovelock with the kick towards goal, over the top of everyone, touched on the line. What's the umpire going to call? Goal from Oscar Lovelock. Great kick there from about 35, 40 metres out in these conditions. Just slapped it onto the boot, didn't think too much about it, and that worked perfectly in that situation. And Sacred Heart found themselves back into this one, just a 1 point lead for St. Peter's now after 13 and a half minutes.
Yeah, great goal by Oscar Lovelock. He's been busy early. And skills are on display here. Two of the top sides. And as you said, Sacred Heart right back in this one now. Good high quality game. 13, 14 minutes gone. 2 goals apiece. So ball back in the middle. Big jump there by Kayletto over the top. Gets the tap there. Ty Bedford, he couldn't take it. Here goes Sacred Heart again. Kick forward. There, and good mark in front. That was Ned Brooks. Strong mark, contested mark against Karkuro. So ball out wide now. Pinging around. Charging through was Coe. Slips forward there. McCall he's wrapped up in a strong tackle by McGill. It's Nick McGill there. And Henry McAuliffe. Throw up now. Socket out of the ground by Lorb. Running through well and doing a great job there was Ben Ianello. Now to Nelligan on the left. Lovely kick. Oh, just over the top actually. Just burnt. Just made it hard for Ed Colley. He goes back. Good take. Oh, now he's being held. Picked up now by Benny Belperio. He puts the Jets on. Gets around one. Cleverly out wide. It's got too much on it, I think, though. It's going to run away out of bounds. So it'll be a free kick to Zach Sanderson deep in defence.
Yeah, Sacred Heart just lifted the last few minutes for sure. Got back into this one, but also in that defensive moment there, they stepped up well. Looking for the switch. They got players on if they want. Go short to Kyle Lotter, the captain. Not the captain, sorry, the player coach. Different type of leadership for him. Chips it around again, all the way to Clayton Simons, the former captain. They've done well. St. Peter's set up behind the ball, kind of shutting down that switch. Noble from the back comes in and just punches it. Happy to see it over the line, right in front of the benches there. Nearly 16 minutes played in the first quarter on the Kieran Hayaketsu scoreboard. The ball being brought back in. Carlotta in the rock, does well, taps it down to McRae. And now the kick comes, but it's just going to be smothered off the boot towards the boundary line. Stops it from trying to stop it from going over. Instead, another stoppage. So as we suspected, a few stoppages in a row happening in this match. The rain's slowing down quite a bit. Not quite stopped, but it's definitely a lot less than it was at the start of the quarter. But still drizzling down consistently. Right in the centre of the ground now. Bedford coming in with the punch as a third tool there. Trying to get the clearance. Either team. And again, just a big rough tackle. It's going to be clean. The umpire will bowl it up.
Yeah, that was Max Henry. Big tackles being laid by both sides here. Kayletto, good little tap down. All smothered though. pinging around everywhere. No one can take clean possession. So now the ball spills out. Can Sacred Heart clear it? No, the handball's gone astray. Now there's a free kick there. It's got him in the back.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be De Cesare. So Lockie De Cesare, what can he do here? A lot of players in the forward 50. He's going to go out wide. Numbers for Sacred Heart, though, and well spoiled over the boundary line. So St. Peter's will reset here in front of the barbecue area there. Lots of spectators watching on, undercover. Nearly every player, well, there is every player in one half of the field, and most of them in St. Peter's forward 50. So ball comes out wide. Good strong tackle there from Sacred Heart. McRae, good little handball over the top. He's got no one to give it to, so they're just going to bomb it forward. And it's a race for out wide there. It's Chester Forster out there. He couldn't grab it. Now Edward Allen, he's been busy, the skipper. Coming across and spawning well there was Luke Dewhurst, and ball's out of side. So 2 goals apiece here, close game. We played 18 and a half minutes.
1 point the difference as we get another boundary throw, and this time the opposite wing to the ones that we had a bit earlier. Coming in now, looking for the clearance. Another nice tackle, and the umpire lets it play again a little bit. Probably smart from him not to cause a stoppage there, just gets them enough time to get the clearance, but nicely taken mark by David Grant in defence. Looks up the field, sees something he likes, quickly plays on. It's going to be over the top of everyone though. Nearly taken there by Noble, not to be. Play on, right on the boundary line now. It does eventually go over for a boundary throw-in. Opposite to where we're sitting. And in front of some of the brave supporters there with the umbrellas. Ball coming in now. St. Peter's with a quick kick away. Can they find a mark? He does. Great mark taken there.
Yeah, Higgins out in front.
Higgins just inside the forward 50, I believe. So he's going to, thinking about having a shot, it's going to take his best efforts in these conditions with a heavy ball, but he's quite a good kick, and he's definitely a goal sneak for them. So he's going to be confident to try and find a way to goal. Not too much movement for him or anyone really asking for it, so he's just going to go for it. Coming in now, good kick, low and hard, does well with that, but just off target. Probably the right type of kick, but not accurate enough, so just the behind, extending their lead by 1 point to 2 points the margin, just over the 20-minute mark played. The Sacred Heart will look to bring it back in.
Yeah, you probably just try to kick it a bit too far and just shanked a little bit.
Yeah.
So now the kick out. Sacred Heart, Kayleto's in front, gets a little hand to it. Simons is in there. But well tackled. And umpire's pinged him for holding the ball, so Sacred Heart remonstrating. He's not happy, but De Cesare's got it, and he's going to have a shot at goal. Oh, he's looking maybe to pass off, maybe just a bit too far out. So bangs it into the hot spot. Sacred Heart have got the numbers in front. Couldn't take the mark though. Good little handball out wide, but he just missed the target. Kill was there. Now Scott Bedford. He couldn't pick it up. Kill's there, and he's been ridden. It was Malaki Carruthers just put a saddle on him. It wasn't, it was Scott Bedford, sorry. So throw up. Out wide. Oh, Kill didn't have it, and Nelligan's not happy, but he was there. So Cameron Kill. It's had a pretty good first quarter. Goes out wide. Lots of players out on that outer side. And he's going to be paid the mark. It's a good effort. Looks like Ian Nello, maybe. Oh, is it? No, Ned Brooks, sorry. Brooks pumps it in long. Oh, good loose of the body there. Clever by Nick Michaels. Just edged his opponent underneath the ball and took a nice chest mark in the end. And chance now to kick St. Peter's third goal. So they're just having a good little run now.
14 goals for the season, Nick Michaels.
They're crafty forward. In he comes. Umpire says, does a bit of work and through for a minor score. So Sacred Heart, 2 goals, trailing St. Peter's after that behind 2 goals 3.
Unlucky there for Michaels, their top goal scorer for the season. They've had a few inside 50s in a row, St. Peter's. They've locked it in their forward 50 for the last 4 or 5 minutes, but haven't been able to get the goal from it. Kicked the first 2 goals of the game, and then Sacred Heart responded with 2 of their own. They've done well here, a lot of attacking, but not been able to capitalise just yet. This kick is nice, into the pocket. Cleanly, can he pick it up? Just runs out of room there, Higgins. And it's going to be another dangerous boundary throw in. It's going to actually be a last touch rule, so it's going to go the way of Sacred Heart's possession. There's still a bit of work to do to get out of this pocket, though. They won't mind it too much, St. Peter's. They've done well to lock them in. They're going to try to do it again now. The ball over the top. They get a clearance towards Lovelock. He can't quite pick it up cleanly. And now McRae's getting involved. The kick just forward to anyone, to nobody in particular. Trying to soccer kick it there was Coe. Just misses his foot. And now it's going to go forward the other way. Noble drops the mark as well in these conditions, but it's going to be paid a free kick. He was taken out of it. That's why he couldn't mark it, said the umpire. So it's going to go back to Noble. One of the 2 goal kickers for Sacred Heart in this early exchange. Goes down the line. Another big pack forming. Carlotto flies. Probably the tallest player there. Just couldn't take it. And now St. Peter's with some handballs. Quite clean handballs, I would say, in these conditions. Does well to find Collie. Collie goes even further out wide. Good mark taken.
It's Michaels again.
There. Michaels, yeah, long way from home, but does well to this time McGill. Nick McGill into the forward line with that kick. Over the top, couldn't quite take the mark. Tried a one-hander almost, but it did not pay off. And now it's going to be the umpire coming in to sort them out. With the ball up inside the 50.
Good build up there, just couldn't quite finish off with the last kick inside 50.
And now the umpire sees a free kick and is going to give it to Sacred Heart. Right deep in defence.
So Noble, he gets the free kick. Called to play on there though was Charlie Hilliard. Eventually they get the kick forward. Kill comes across the front. He couldn't take the mark. Running through there and collecting it well was Sacred Heart player, but he got tackled straight away. Now to Cesare. He's been busy the last few minutes. Pumps it in long. Made it hard there for Michaels. And Sacred Heart hurry kick forward. And it's going to work out well. And the ball's been knocked out of his hand after he marked that, so he's going to be given a 25-metre penalty. So Sacred Heart, they've been pegged back in their fence is 50 the last 5 or so minutes. Ball kick forward by Ethan Moore, and taking the mark there was Teddy Newman out wide. Ed Colley leads in the race. He gathers with the long sleeves on. Nice little kick. Skills have been good by St. Peter's. This has been Ianello. What can he do? There's not a lot ahead, a lot of Sacred Heart jumpers. Pumps it long on the left. Flying from the back. Sacred Heart player all wrapped up in a strong tackle in front there. That was to Cesare. He was tackled strongly by Cooper Brinkworth. Throw up. Good tap by Noble. Hurry kick there by Lorb, goes nowhere. Now Bone, he just slams it forward. Where's it going to bounce? Straight out of bounds with Johnny Reid there. Post to Sanderson. So throw in front of the canteen area. St. Peter's, can they jag another one here? Goals are going to be hard to come by today. Kicked out wide there. That was Hunter Window, former Glenelg Premiership player last year. Picked up there now. Being Michaels, his hurry kick. Players going everywhere. Well done again. That was Window. Number 23 kicks out wide. And ball's out of bounds, out of side. So this consistent rain making it very tough for these players. Slippery ball.
Yeah, Hunter Window getting involved there. Did a bit of research about him through the week, actually. His sister plays for Port Adelaide women's team, and his great-grandfather, McGarry medalist, Gary Window. So definitely comes from a football family. And, of course, as you mentioned, in his own respect, winning the premiership last year with Glenelg. And now playing here today in the Adelaide Footy League. So lovely to see. 27.5 minutes played, only two goals each. So I don't think there should be too much more time left on the clock in this first quarter. Thanks to the Kieran Hayaketsu scoreboard for that, but it's been a few stoppages in a row. They umpire again, letting it play a little bit longer than they probably would on a dry day. Smart by him, lets the players have figured it out by themselves. A good soccer kick forward by Bedford, and he just gets a free kick, St. Peter's too. So they want to go fast here before Sacred Heart can get back in defence properly. Oh, the umpire not letting him get fast. He's not in his right position. Now Michaels goes a bit slower than he would have hoped. There's still an opportunity here if they can find a way. It's a big pack forming on the outer side. It's going to be a boundary throw-in, so still in a dangerous position. Probably not too many seconds left on the clock. They'll want to hurry up with this and find a way to get a shot quickly. Ball coming in now. Nice tap down by the St. Peter's ruckman. It's going to be cleared away though by Sacred Heart. Nicely taken mark. Charlie Allen. And there's a siren, so he's probably about 60 metres out, but he's going to have a shot after the siren, Charlie Allen. He wouldn't have had a shot if it wasn't for the siren, so here he comes. He'll take definitely his best in these conditions from here. Big kick comes. Great kick towards the goals, and it's going to be rushed behind, so just the one behind added to the scoreboard. But in a close game like this, could be a crucial behind. 2-4-16 plays 2-0-12. That is the quarter time break. We'll be back after these short messages. Alright, welcome back for the second quarter here at Cater Oval in the BTR Excavations Adelaide Footy League Division 1. Round 8, of course, here, and it's 2-3-15 plays 2-0-12. So I haven't added the little the final behind. Maybe it did not go through in the end, but it is St. Peter's sneaking the lead in this first quarter. Thanks again quickly to our sponsors: Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Custom by ORTC, High Five E-Bikes, Dartfish, Archie's, Jab Meatworks and Kimberley Resorts. Thanks to all of them. We couldn't do it without them as we get back underway in the second quarter. The two ruckmen again going at it. They've been at it for most of the game. It's going to be a free kick actually going the way of St. Peter's. And Malachi Carruthers. He does nice to kick it out wide. Can't quite find his target, but they do well to get second effort with Nelligan. He was good in the first quarter. He gets good inside 50. Just couldn't find a mark. And now Sacred Heart, because of that, can try and rebound from there. McRae, the captain, getting involved. Nicely intercepted, however, by Ted Newman. He was in the best last time I watched him in round 6. But it does go over for a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, Nelligan just thought he might have got a free kick. He was taken out by Bo McRae there. They throw in now. Bone in front, picked up by Malachi Carruthers. He's slung, and they're going to pay it. Sling tackle. Malachi Carruthers. Going to pump it in quickly. Up forward there, pack flies. All bouncing around. Sanderson gets a little tap. To Cesare working hard in there. Fergus Carruthers as well. All pinging everywhere at the moment. Players sliding around. Tough conditions here. We saw 2 goals each after 13 minutes in the first quarter. Since then, it's been a real arm wrestle. Goals hard to come by. Malachi Carruthers there. He's taken out of it. Ty Bedford smothered. Nelligan's in there working hard. Scott Bedford gets a little handball out wide. Now slammed on the boot. Out wide. Kuehl, can he take possession? His kick's smothered. Malachi Carruthers started the second quarter well. Now Ianello, or was it Jesse McKinnon actually, pumps it in long. Good spoil from St. Peter, Sacred Heart. Sock it off the ground now. Lord, he couldn't pick it up. Comes off his foot. Well done there now. Hilliard it was. His kick goes forward. Brooks leads in the race. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle from Tom Rundle. The 2 number 8s. As the wind blows some water off the marquee, a few holes in it. We're getting drenched. So there's a throw up. Noble. Oh, he's got it straight through the hands. He slaps it forward. Bedford was there. Now Bone. He slaps it on the boot. Nelligan leads in the race. Clean take, but tackled well. Wrapped up in a strong tackle by Brinkworth. Didn't have much time, but ball popped out. So Brinkworth now. He runs 10 metres, gets a big kick forward. Umpire's called a free kick, pushing the back. Kayletto, he's going to take it about 60 out. Players flooding back in defence. He's just going to chip it short now. Mark taken there by Brinkworth. Too far out, 60 metres. Front of the faithful, under the stand there. Pumps it in long to the behind post. Players go at it. And there'll be a ball up deep in St. Peter's, Sacred Heart's forward line. He's pulled a free kick out, actually. I think it might be the skipper, Edward Allen. Yeah, so it'll be Edward Allen to clear.
Ed Allen, back where it came from, in front of the grandstand there. You sound a bit jealous when you're talking about them being undercover, but that's okay. Soccer kicked off the ground by Sacred Heart towards the boundary line. He just saves it from being the last possession rule. So will be a boundary throw in right in front of the St. Peter's bench.
It's rain relentless here as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
it hasn't stopped.
Sure. Very consistent rain. As we see Nick McGill just running up and down the boundary line. I think he's trying to stay warm, but we'll keep an eye on if that's a bit of an injury or a soreness or something. Back inside the forward 50 now. Another free kick paid to St. Peter's. The umpire seeing something he didn't like again, so been a few free kicks for St. Peter's in this quarter especially. Again, just long down the line. Big pack forms. Punch down. Nice clean pickup.
Great take by Nelligan.
Great mark, just couldn't actually take the mark, but he does well with his teammate helping him to sock a kicker forward. They're going to have to be strong here with the tackling. St. Peter's to stop Sacred Heart, but the fumble does come. It's going to be near the boundary line. Eventually he's just rushed over by Cesare and brought back in. Right in the middle of the wing. Tap down by Bone. And a good tackle. Wanting hold the ball, but he's tackled over the boundary line, so will not be nice work there. Scott Bedford with some nice tackling. 3 goals last week, Scott Bedford, so definitely knows how to find the goals as well, but good work from him there, putting on the pressure. He's trying to get involved again here. Also, Ty Bedford, his brother, with a nice tackle. And this tackle coming from Carruthers is going to be wrapped up. Again, bit of a pattern, a few stoppages in a row here. It's hard to get free-flowing movement once it gets into this kind of pattern. Nicely taken by Bone out the ruck. Handballs it forward. But to nobody in particular, and now Noble smartly picks it up. But again, it's just along the floor in these conditions. With plenty of bodies around it, it's never going to be a good sign. And another stoppage.
Yeah, so there hasn't been a score in this quarter. Played 6 minutes.
True, actually, yeah.
Alaki Carruthers is working hard. Couldn't quite get a clean kick. And Ko gives the ball back to the ump. Throw up. Noble gets a little tap out wide. Hurry kick forward by Ethan Moore. Bounces over the head there of Ian Nello. Now Sacred Heart. Through Karkuro. Ball spills over the back. Leading in the race there was the Sacred Heart player. He's kicked it off the ground. Through for a goal. So finally we have a score in this second quarter. Just trying to pick up who that was.
We can have a look on the stream, I think.
Yeah. He's just coming back here. He won't turn around for me. So a great goal for Sacred Heart.
Yeah.
Out of nothing, over the back. Slippery ball was read well there. It was Ned Brooks, actually.
Oh, there you go.
Pretty sure it was Ned Brooks.
Yeah, I saw a single digit.
Yeah,
so
it was a single digit number, and Kay Leto's next to him there, and we know he's number 39. So goal to Brooks. So Sacred Heart draw first blood. Ty Bedford, he quick kick forward. Good little tap by Smith to Brinkworth, and he's wrapped up by Scott Bedford. Throw up. Noble does well. Clean possession. Bangs it out of the ruck contest. And being held there is Charlie Allen. It's the place to be in front today. A lot of balls dropping forward. So Charlie Allen now out of side. Got a lead from McKinnon. He couldn't get near it now. He grabs it. Jesse McKinnon kicks it forward. Picked up there by Malachi Carruthers. He's dispossessed. Now Nelligan. Good little handball. Scott Bedford. And another one. Advantage is paid. Oh, it's a late call on the advantage. And now he's going to bring it back. I think, no, he says that's a minor.
Oh, okay.
Sacred Heart weren't happy with it.
Yeah.
With that, because he waited till the point was scored and then thought, I'll bring it back. But
Changed his mind.
it was too late, I think, and then thought, no, that's one minor score. So Sacred Heart to bring it back. St. Peter's 2 goals 4, trailing Sacred Heart 3 straight. Long kick forward. Bill Perrio's there. Picked up by Hilliard and wrapped up. Strong tackle there. That was by Ben Ianello.
Yeah, well called. That passage of play. Could have been the Jag Meatworks goal of the day if that went through, but not to be. The ball now straight in the middle of the ground. It's going to be a throw going the way of Sacred Heart, winning the free kick through captain Bo McRae. He goes quickly. Good kick to a dangerous position. Need to be clean here, Kakuro. Can't quite pick it up, but he did win about 20 metres just by tapping it along. And now St. Peter's have to just kick it and clear it and get it out of that area just with any kick possible. Slipped a bit by Noble. He does have teammates backing him up. He's trying to keep it in. He does well. to Scott Bedford. And now the long kick comes, this time through Hunter window. No mark taken, along the boundary line, trying to get the kick away, Sacred Heart. Bodies flying everywhere, and the kick eventually does come to St. Peter's towards Malachi Carruthers, just over for a boundary throw-in. We talked about some of the key players missing for St. Peter's with Stuart Rattray and Edward Weeks, but we noticed also a few for Sacred Heart missing.
Yeah, Harrison Boyle's not running around today. You know, he's a class midfielder. Tommy McDermott's been out of action for a while now. He must be close. And up for Benny Maroney's played some good games lately as well, and he's not there. So both sides are missing some key players.
Yeah, Maroney was in the best for the between the post best player as well. So he's definitely had a really great season for them. But so far, both teams are pretty evenly matched in terms of the personnel out. Now the free kick comes. It's kicked away as well. They wanted the extra 25, but the umpire gives them the benefit of the doubt. It's going to come back towards Ed Colley. Just on the far side towards his goal of the centre square. Bedford wants it wide. He has a few players out there if he wants to go there. He goes towards that direction, maybe a bit shorter than he would have wanted, but he does fall in the lap of Scott Bedford in the end. Does good ball movement. Ty Bedford passes it to his brother. Gets it back after quite a bad handball, but does well with second efforts. And now looking for the mark. Nicely done, Higgins. Used his body work well, just took his opponent out of it cleanly. And now Higgins will have a shot at goal from about 45 metres probably by the time he kicks it. We saw him have a shot earlier from further out and just couldn't find the accuracy on that occasion, but he had the distance, so we'll see what he does here. Higgins, the kick, just chips it forward. Smart play, gets a mark or a front-on contact free kick, but it will go the way of Henry Nelligan, who's already got one in this match and probably been one of the better players for St. Peter's. He's going to go back and kick it from about 35 metres.
Yeah, it was clever by Higgins. He just sort of looked like he was going to have a shot, but disguised his little short kick to Nelligan. And as you said, this for number 2 for Henry Nelligan.
Coming in now, Nelligan. Good kick. The umpire has to run a little bit. It will be behind. So 2-5-17 plays 3-0-18. 12 minutes played. 5 behind, even in these conditions, is a little bit too many for St. Peter's. They would have hoped for a few more goals just to get the lead in this one. They're losing by a point despite having 7 score involvements to 3.
So Darcy Glewis on that nice left foot. He's going to bang it in long. Leto flies over the back. Hurry kick forward by McKinnon. All on his own is Malachi Carruthers. He comes across. Nelligan and Michaels are offering little leads, but Malachi Carruthers says, I'll go back and take responsibility here and try and kick our team's third goal. 2-5. As you said, Jad, they want to try and put some goals on the scoreboard. Bit of scoreboard pressure. So Malachi Carruthers. In he comes. He's going to swing around a little bit. He gets good connection. He loves it. Hand goes straight up in the air. Great strike from Malachi Carruthers from about 45 out. And showing his class there, the former double blue. And finally, St. Peter's get their third goal after a few behinds in a row. So great game of footy here. 3-5. St. Peter's 23. They lead Sacred Heart 3 straight 18, and we've played 13 and a half minutes in this second quarter.
Yeah, well called. Malachi Carruthers and Henry Nelligan probably been their 2 better players. They're both the goal scorers and both had chances. And Carruthers made the most of it there, kicking his second as well. So definitely a big goal and a much needed goal for St. Peter's just to find their goal kicking form back. Back in the middle now, it's going to be cleared away by Kakuro. Can't find any mark up there, but the ball's still alive. Wanting a free kick, the crowd. It's going to be play on. And now St. Peter's trying to clear it out of there with a few handballs. Now the kick comes towards Higgins. They've got a few numbers there, but they do well. Again, Nelligan getting involved. Here he is again, looking for a tackle. And Bedford with a clean handball to his brother once again. Back to him, the 1-2. Forward through Ty Bedford. Trying to get on the end of it, Johnny Reid. Haven't called his name too much in this match, but that's a good tackle by him. It's going to be wrapped up. They're cousins.
Yeah, cousins.
Bedford cousins. I just assume they're brothers.
Yeah, no, yeah.
A lot of brothers out there, usually with the McGills are out there, the Carruthers as well.
The Allens.
Yeah, so, but still good to see the family connection in a different way. Kakura again, he's been good this quarter, probably one of the best for Sacred Heart, with a long kick forward. Just missing the handball, Sacred Heart, just being not as clean as they were in that first quarter. Trying to stay alive here. St. Peter's doing all the attacking, trying to get it off the field. Good idea again, just a soccer kick as the rain gets heavier. Another soccer kick, this time from the defender. As they look for another inside 50, St. Peter's. If they can be clean here. Nicely done there, picked up beautifully. Now the cross kick comes. Looking for a mark one-on-one. Malachi Crothers again there for the rebound, but not quite. It's going to be wrapped up. Free kick going the way of St. Peter's.
Yeah, I think Lewis just got him across the cheeks there.
And Ianello is going to have the shot on goal.
Great play by Benny Belperio through there as well, whizzing through. He's got some dash, Belperio. Good player for him.
Yeah, great call. I didn't...
Yeah, just in those blue boots. I just saw him weaving through. Him and Edward Allen, they're really good defenders.
Couldn't tell who that was, but not surprised when it's Belperio. Great player. And now it's going to be Ianello, who's also played pretty good. Coming in for his first. Left foot kick. Great goal. They get around him and they celebrate nicely because that is a very important goal and just extending their lead further. St. Peter's. They couldn't kick a goal earlier. Now they've got two in a row quite quickly and quite accurately as the weather gets even more heavier. But yeah, greatly done. 4-5-29 plays 3 straight 18. And yeah, St. Peter's finding a bit of form.
Yeah, nice little bit of a buffer now as Nelligan gets a well-earned rest and Michaels replaces him. So ball back in the middle. Both the Bedford boys getting involved here as well. Scott's played a bit in the NT, so he'd be used to some of these sort of wet conditions with the tropical conditions up there. So ball back in the middle now. Bone is dispossessed. Kick forward there by Moore, I think it was. Out wide. Fergus Carruthers working hard there on the ground. St. Hart player couldn't pick it up. McRae gets shoved out the way. Under the bottom there, quick kick again. Moore this time, his kick was smothered. Wrapped up, Darcy Glewis going nowhere. De Cesare had him. Ty Bedford's knocked over there by the number 9, Clayton Simons. And a ball up. Shoved out, Kay Leto. He'll get a free kick. So the 239's rucking. So now can Sacred Heart get something going? They need a little steadier. Nice little kick. It's to Moore. Very similar. Him and Carcuo with the 5 and 6 at times there. So Moore, he pumps it in long in front. Over the top though of this St. Peter's player. Working hard there was number 10, Oscar Lovelock. We saw him kick a good goal early in the game in the first quarter. This time out on the full though. And the leading kick to be brought back in by St. Peter's. Just trying to see who it is. Can't quite pick it up. Might be McGill even.
I think that is McGill, yeah. Deep in defence. With a kick right across the boundary line, maybe over it even. What's the umpire going to see? Yeah, it was over the boundary line. Lucky not to be out on the full. That St. Peter's in these conditions and in this type of scenario. Try and break back in now, the umpire right in front of the grandstand there. Packed grandstand.
Yeah,
nice
they're all packed in like sardines.
Yes, nice and dry under the
Yeah, we've got our dartfish beanies on there. They're doing the job at the moment.
That's it. Get the possession of it, looking for the across-field kick. Almost half a shot, half a pass, but in the end it just bounces before it hits the out and the full post. But it will be the last possession rule. So brought back in by St. Peter's. Again, maybe too upset with that result. Still not adding to the scoreboard was Sacred Heart. And they just kick it long. And I think that is Nelligan again getting involved. He's back on. And now the tackle comes. It's going to be wrapped up. Say St. Peter's, when they've been under pressure a little bit in this quarter, they've found a way just to get out there and win a stoppage about 50 to 70 metres away from their own goal. And they'll take that, especially when they've kicked a few straight and they've got these conditions to work with. Their tackling's been good. St. Peter's, there's another example of it there. Stopping Sacred Heart progressing forward. Just about to be 20 minutes played. Nearly into time one in the second quarter. Ruckman just soccer kicks out the air, just a bit of a volley. Good contest there. Both players going in hard. But again, so many numbers around this ball. Everyone on the field in the front half and most of them around this footy. The umpire is going to be busy again, getting more possessions than some of the players out there. The throw comes again from the umpire, and now Sacred Heart looking for a little bit of room to move, but it's not going to have any. They do find a free kick though, so they get rewarded for their effort. It's going to be Sacred Heart with probably a shot from here.
It's like Lovelock, I think. He said kick that could go in the first quarter in front of us here, and it is.
Yeah, Lovelock. I wrote him down for potentially the snag of the day, thanks to Jag Meatworks. So it's going to be Lovelock looking for his second. He's going to take his best effort again, about a 45, 50 metre kick, but he is straight in front. Oh, the kick straight off the boot never looked like troubling the goal scorers as they went straight to his left, and it will be just one behind. Their first behind of the match, if you believe it, in these conditions. 21 minutes played in the second quarter. And St. Peter's will bring it back in.
So, I think it was movement, kicks it out wide, big long kick, and it's going to be thrown in, out of side. Gained about 60 metres with the kick, so out of the danger area. So just consistent rain here all day, but witnessing a good hard game of footy here. So Nelligan goes one way and the other, then just slams it on the boot, goes high. Bedford's there, couldn't quite take the mark, got in good position. Now Carruthers, he wraps up, that's Malachy Carruthers, wraps up Sacred Heart player. Which was Chester Forster. So slammed on the boot there. Forward, Sanderson did well but couldn't quite gather possession. Now St. Peter's, dangerous kick forward. No one, there's a bit of an airy from everyone there. Simons, he couldn't kick it off the ground. The Chesere's there, he's wrapped up, going nowhere, had no prior. So ball up, right, 20 metres out, dangerous spot here.
Yeah, look for Michaels, look for Chesere, these type of players.
Yep, Scotty Bedford as well.
Yep.
They're all getting closely watched by the Sacred Heart defenders. Sanderson there, went to ground. Moore had a bit of an airy. Ty and Scott Bedford both there. Moore goes back again, kicks it on the left foot. Or McKinnon couldn't quite take the mark. He goes back though, kicks it forward and slammed out of bounds by Cesare as the wind comes in and blows some water off the marquee onto us. My page here is saturated. I'm not even going to write on it because it's too wet. But 23 minutes gone in this second quarter. St. Peter's lead by 11 points. Throw in. Could they jag a late one here? Tapped down by Reed. Slammed on the boot. Out wide there was the two number 8s, Brooks and number 8, Tom Rundle. Yeah, Brooks and Rundle. And throw up. Kayletto. Nelligan's there. Well done by Moore, I think it was. Players on the ground everywhere. Nelligan, quick little handball out. McGill cleverly gets around one, pumps it in forward. Good use of the body by Higgins. He takes the mark. So he's had a few shots from around this 40, 45 metre range. Last time he cleverly kicked it short to Nelligan. You see him being cleverly, closely followed around by Lorb there. Cesare offers a lead. That's ignored. So Higgins gets good connection. Right to the goal square. Oh, Kayletto comes across and does well. Through for a minor score. So they've registered a goal in behind here. 6 points, 4 goals, 6. St. Peter's lead Sacred Heart 3 straight.
Yeah, good job there by the player coach, Carlotto. Got back there as a bit of a goalkeeper, just stopped it going through cleanly. It's going to be brought back in. There he is again. Couldn't take the mark, but does well, Co. Now looking to get it forward, but it's again just pressure. And it takes 2 people to get down Carlotto, big, tall player. In the end, it's going to be holding the ball, actually. He's not happy with that. An extra 25 as well for a bit of afters, I think. Had a bit of feedback for the umpire. And it's going to be... He's going to come off as well, so taking himself off the player coach.
Coach has dragged himself.
Just knew he needs about 5 minutes to calm down, I think. But it's going to be St. Peter's with the inside 50. Bedford's there, goes a bit in front of him. And they find another free kick.
Johnny Reed's going to get it.
Johnny Reed just stopped him jumping for it, I believe. It's not going to be Reed, actually.
No, Nick Michaels.
Michaels, so didn't exactly see what happened, but it is in dangerous hands, Michaels. 14 goals for the season, 3 goals last round against Salisbury North in a 1-point losing effort. And after the siren, Michaels doesn't let that distract him, scores a great goal. And that is the halftime siren, I believe, as well. So Michael's getting a late one just to extend the lead even further.
Yeah, some real momentum for St. Peter's to take into the halftime break. That's an important goal. Gives them some real breathing space. Out to 17 points now. Is it 18?
They haven't had the
the goal.
But yeah, 5-5 plays 3
It might even
straight.
be 5-6. I reckon they might have not even put a point as well. I think it was went to 4-6. So now it's 5-6. So 3 goals the difference. Yeah, and Sacred Heart I think got a point. So it might be 17 points. Yeah.
Maybe there's some water filtered through.
18 points is it? Yeah. So 18 points the difference at half time. In a great game of footy here. We'll be back after we dry up during the half time interval. Second half of this big clash between St. Peter's and Sacred Heart. 17-point lead for St. Peter's at the moment. Handy lead in these conditions. So first goal really important in this third quarter. So up go Noble and Bone. Moore adds a little airy. Comes out wide to McRae now. McAuliffe on the lead. He slides. Takes possession. But going nowhere there. Benny Bell Perio wraps him up and has a little smile as well. So throw up in front of us here. McRae steams through. Takes possession. Quick little handball. Fergus Carruthers. Allen spinning, weaving. Slammed on the boot there and Moore takes a sliding mark. So Moore now. Can Sacred Heart strike first? Ned Brooks. Well, I thought I heard a whistle there because Brooks went early and didn't get a hand to it. But in the end, umpire said play on and Oscar Lovelock gives the ball to the ump. He throws it up. Quick kick forward. Nelligan there. He couldn't take possession. Moore again started this second half well. He's busy. And as has been the case most of the day, another stoppage. About 30 metres out. Big tap over the back by, high tackle. McAuliffe did that well. We see it a lot these days, the little go low at the knees, bending at the knees. And
very smart.
Yeah, it was clever. He did slip at the same time and was taken high. So good tap by Kayletto in the ruck into a dangerous spot. So can Henry McAuliffe strike first here for Sacred Heart? Shouldn't miss. He loves it. He turns around. Double fist pump. And Sacred Heart really needed to strike first, and they have. So margin back to 11 points. 4 goals, 11. Sacred Heart. Trail St. Peter's 5-6. 2 minutes in, and early strike for the Shocks.
Yeah, very important goal there. To get the first of the half was super important, and they did well to get that through McAuliffe. Quickly run through our sponsors again, because I like to mention them every quarter if I can, because we couldn't be here without them. Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Custom by RTC, High Five E-Bikes, Dartfish, Archie's, Jag Meatworks and Kimberley Resorts, as we're back in the middle. The rain stopped for now, so that's good, but still wet out there, of course. We're good to see and chat to a few people at half-time. They're enjoying the game despite the weather. Looking for the clearance. Noble gets that one just over the top of the player he intended to go to, so a bit of work to do for the defence. They do well. Charlie Allen. Back to Noble, so just playing a 1-2 game at the moment. Back to him. And a great mark there. Paid a mark as well. Good courage. The two teammates colliding as he marked it. That could be up there for one of the goals of the week, I reckon. Great work by the player. They'll quickly find out who that is. Number 25, Ben Arnello, who's played well and puts his body on the line for his team. That kick now goes towards the wing, really high, and did it touch anyone? Yes, it did, so it's going to be a boundary throw-in. Luckily for him, he'll take that as the ball nearly sailed over for out in the full. It's going to be brought back in from the umpire. 11 points of margin. The scores got updated and fixed at halftime once the scoreboard got updated, so that was good. But now it's going to be St. Peter's running through Bedford. The kick towards the boundary line, but towards the goal, I should say, goes towards the boundary line with the kick. But now it's just rushed over for a behind, I believe. So just couldn't make the most of that chance. They had a bit of a counter-attack. Only the one scored, so it's going to come the other way. Smart kick. And you can see the skills now being displayed once the weather just dries up a touch. Been much better kicking and handballing. Good marking as well, as they play right on the edge here, and it eventually does just bobble over for a boundary throw-in.
So Hilliard has it. Umpire's calling a throw-in, but Hilliard just trying to claim it here, and he's going to get the kick. So
yeah, one umpire said one way, one the other.
So Hilliard out wide. Kayletto flies from the back. Dave Grant's there. His handball Goes towards McKinnon. Ball pinging around. Lorb's been tackled well there by Ty Bedford. So, Ty Bedford looking for options. Skipper gives him one, and he goes to Edward Allen, takes a good mark.
Good mark.
In front of Chester Forster.
Courage again.
Yeah, the skipper leading from the front. So he's going to go down the line, down the wing, and slapped over the line. Out of bounds, right in front of the St. Peter's bench. Coach was happy at half-time. So 2 goals the difference here, 2 straight kicks. Bone and Noble at it. Picked up by Ty Bedford. Handball out to Allen. Edward, the skipper. Oh, well done in front. Good mark by Higgins. Goes out wide on a searching lead. Oh, couldn't quite take the mark. I think it was Johnny Reid out there.
Tried the one-hander.
It was, yes. In front of the crowd. Just slips through the hands. But used the body well. So can they get a stoppage goal here? St. Peter's deep in their forward line. Ball spills over the back to Cesare there, working hard. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle. Going nowhere. Right in front of the goals, about 15 metres out. Tapped over the back. Ball going nowhere there. Now there's a quick handball out wide. Malachi Carruthers does well, slams it on the left to a dangerous spot. Oh, went close there, right to the teeth of goals. But back there in defence, Sacred Heart get that one through for a minor score.
Yeah, just extend their lead by the point. They've definitely got a lot of behinds compared to Sacred Heart. 8-1 in the behind department, but is helping them have the lead, so they'll take it if they can find a way to get the points. Sacred Heart started well, got the first goal this quarter, but have been stuck in their defence for the past few minutes. They've done this well, St. Peter's, when he gets down there, just locking it in. Newman there with a big jump, just couldn't find the mark. And a good tackle there. But the umpire says he'll come in and sort it out. Great there, tackle by Rundle.
Just a couple of quick scores around the grounds. Payneham have hit the front against PAC by 3 points. Salisbury North and Port Districts are in a close one there. Salisbury North by a point. Glenunga 5 goals up against Broadview. And Golden Grove getting on top of Ross Trevor out at Campbelltown. They're 26 points up. So Golden Grove looking good. Meanwhile, it's been a free kick pinged here.
Free kick.
And it's going to go St. Peter's way.
Yeah, a few upsets around the ground. And this one here could be an upset if you look at the ladder as well. So definitely some interesting results. And there will be a free kick to St. Peter's.
It might be Johnny Reid. It might have been in the ruck or something. I don't know.
Yeah, 26, Johnny Reid.
Yeah.
So he's obviously a top goal kicker, one of the top goal kickers for them as well. For a few seasons now. Eight goals this season. Lining up for number 9. And this one will be crucial for St. Peter's, who conceded the first goal in this half, but been better since and can really make most of their dominance or their good form. With Johnny Reid lining up. The kick comes nice. The umpire doesn't need to move a muscle, straight through the middle. And Johnny Reid finishes nicely with that kick. And he gets his first for the afternoon, and really a big goal again for St. Peter's in the context of the match. 6-8-44, plays 4-1-25. 9 minutes played on the Kieran Hayaketsu scoreboard.
Yeah, important goal.
And another free kick costing Sacred Heart a goal. A bit of unlucky maybe, or a bit ill-disciplined, but they've definitely gotten a few goals from free kicks, St. Peter's. But they got one of their own, Sacred Heart, with the last goal too. So it's a 50-50 here, and it's a good game of footy.
Yeah, 14 shots to 5. 6-8. A few have been rushed though. So back in the middle. Coe slams it, sockers it off the ground. Reading in the race is Ted Newman. He collects, but tackled. Good tackle. Got a handball out. Kuehl gets around one, but he's gone the second time. Thought he got a handball, but the umpires pinged him for holding the ball. Edward Allen playing his normal solid game, the skipper. Nice left foot out wide. Big bone. Pushed out, I thought, but umpire says no. We'll have a ball throw in, out of side. Some of the whistles over in the other game just
Yes.
upsetting. Yeah, confusing me. So now, ball on the ground, in dispute, players all around it. Umpire says, I'll have it. Said certainly earning their keep today, the umps. Slammed on the boot by Noble out of the ruck. Coming across is Allen. That was Charlie. Picked up by Sacred Heart and strong tackle. St. Peter's look pretty hungry here. Noble taps it down. Nice little handball by Window out to Co on the left foot. Belperio's there. Couldn't take the mark but recovers well. Soccer's off the ground. Picked up by Kayletto, now gets it. Window, he shanks it. Co, good hands. Nice little kick. That was by Forster, I think. And couldn't find the target. So it'll be Allen, the skipper, to bring it back in.
Yeah, McAuliffe the target, just over his head. Was just looking at the last time these two played, and McAuliffe actually got 4 goals in the last 2 games, so definitely dangerous opposition for St. Peter's. He's got one this half. They're going to get a repeat inside 50 now for Sacred Heart.
Good mark there by Smith, I think.
Big kick right to the danger zone. No mark taken, but still alive for a dangerous play here if they can make the most of it. Cleared away from St. Peter's. Going to be last possession, I believe. So another inside 50 coming by Colley.
This call of Chester there, but Noble ignores that.
Decides to go inside the forward 50. Probably smart, but it is cut off there by Edward Allen again. The captain taking a great mark, just reading it better. But nicely done by Dewhurst on the edge of the box. Gets a repeat inside 50. This time a little bit to the pocket a bit more. Just drops it. Lorb, good effort. How's the umpire going to see it? Holding the ball. St. Peter's get the rub of the green with that one. And a good tackle leads to just a bit of pressure relieving, a bit of a pressure relief there with that decision. And St. Peter's are going to clear it through McGill. Back to where it came from. They're set up nicely. Sacred Heart trying to get another repeat inside 50. They've had a few in a row. Noble's involved. Nice handball. Good vision to see him out the corner of his eye. Good tackle though. Play on. It's going to be a free kick. Thought about the advantage. It's going to come back. Again, McGill. Another good tackle there. 2 in a row for him. Kicks it nicely. Now they go forward through Colley. And it's cut off by Ethan Moore.
There's some good running by Belperio there. He came all the way from half back and he wanted a handball back from Ed Colley, but Colley went in board and turned it over.
Yeah. Moore, and he's been good as well, Moore, this half in this game. He goes forward.
Well done by Law.
A slip in that mud pile there. We're looking at that at half time actually. And it's going to be in the back. So Edward Allen getting the rub of the green again with a push in the back.
Yeah, Edward Allen having a great quarter here and a solid game. Sacred Heart weren't happy with that decision.
Yeah.
Great attack by Allen though. Ball goes forward. Edged out of it was Johnny Reid. Over the back Moore. Good little handball. That was Forster now. Here they go, McRae. Oh, he can't pick it up. The handball was a little bit errant and he's fumbled it. Well done by Scott Bedford. Slams it on the boot. Moore's there. Oh, he collides heavily with his teammate in Kill. They both nearly killed each other. So now Kill. He slams it on the boot out wide. McAuliffe in the race. But it hits the grass and slides off. So free kick will be taken by Max Henry to bring it back in. So handy lead, 19 points the margin. Oh, McAuliffe does well.
Rushed it.
Smothers it.
He rushed it.
Henry's thinking that he may have encroached the mark. So throw in. Sacred Heart desperately need the next goal here. We played 14, nearly 15 minutes, third quarter. Rain stopped for now, which is good. Oh, the throw's short. McKinnon grabbed it. He slammed it on the boot. Quick little handball by Collie. Now Ty Bedford, one way the other. Showing some skills. Out wide, lovely kick to McGill. Muddle on the right arm. Goes one way, then the other. Back onto the left, and then just kicks it straight out of bounds. So got himself in a bit of a tangle there, Nick McGill.
Yeah.
And slammed it out of bounds. So it'll be Sacred Heart to bring it back into play.
Yeah, just twisted a bit. In and out, in and out. Bit decisive in the end, kicks down the full. It's going to be Sacred Heart to bring it back in with a long kick. They do well with the second efforts. And again, the umpires are going to have to get involved. I see Max Henry sprint from defence to get involved in this contest, this ruck contest. So he might be tired out, but it is going to be a throw going the way of Malachi Carruthers. With the long sleeve. Good idea in this kind of weather. He's going to go long inside the 50. Can they find a mark? Good lead, but no mark taken. McRae getting involved with the handball. And now Bedford just going out wide. Malachi Carruthers done well, hard running to get back into this contest. And it's going to be another stoppage just on the 50-metre line for St. Peter's. 6-8, 44 plays 4-1, 25. It's going to be another stoppage here. 16 and a half minutes played on the Kieran Haiketsu scoreboard in this third quarter.
So here's some roaring from Park 9, I reckon, over there at PAC and Paynham going at it. Not far away.
Just one goal in this this quarter for either team going the way of Sacred Heart. So low scoring.
Oh, Carruthers! Malachi Carruthers.
Malachi Carruthers with a great effort there. Could be the snag.
That is definitely snag of the day worthy.
What a hit there from Carruthers. And just as we're saying how the goals have dried up a little bit, he just finds that out of nowhere and just shows his class in this match.
Yeah, great. I think he might even be a check side, but he smashed it. Good connection. He drilled it straight through. It's a huge goal now. So double their score, 50-25.
Wow.
Looks ominous here.
Out of nowhere almost.
Yeah, 7-8 to 4-1. Approaching 18 minutes. St. Peter's have really put the foot down in this third quarter. They've really wanted it. Tackled hard. They had a few frees go their way a little, but put yourself in good positions. You get rewarded. Back in the middle.
His third Carruthers, by the way.
Excellent. Yeah, having a good game, Malachi, in these conditions. There's Nelligan. Out to Belperio. Good effort there by Sacred Heart. Here's Window. Goes in long, leading in the race. Charlie Allen, though, chops it off nicely. So the defence holding up real well here for St. Peter's. They're a good unit back here. Edward Allen now has it. Skipper having a great third quarter. Here he goes. He's been told by his teammates, let's go down the line. Reed looking for, Bone looking for a free kick. Good tackle, McKinnon on McRae. So the pressure hot from St. Peter's. Okay, Leto this time doing the rucking. McRae's there, soccers it forward. Oh, some solid hits there. Fergus Carruthers and Co were at it. Ball comes forward to Noble. Good little handball out. Moore's there. He's being closely ridden by Charlie Allen. Ball spills out to Co. Window now. Quick little handball. Shot at goal by Carcuro. Just couldn't quite curl it back in and through for a minor score. So chance goes begging for Sacred Heart. They go to 4-2. 24 points, 4 straight kicks, 4 goals behind, approaching 20 minutes.
Yeah, just was listening to the St. Peter's defenders. They're just communicating all the time, talking, setting up nicely behind the ball and making sure they're in the right positions. Sacred Heart now looking to get it out. It's going to be holding the ball. Great tackle again by Ed Allen. This time on Ned Brooks, winning the free kick, Allen, and really helping his team not concede another inside 50. Long down the line once again, just as he did a bit earlier. Has to be clean here, picks up nicely. Straight away gets tackled by Noble, who's not afraid to get physical with him. And it's going to be the umpire to sort him out, but that was a great tackle. Back underway. McKinnon, good handball, but again, just a repeat stoppage. 20 and a half minutes played in this third quarter. Just the 2 goals, I believe, this quarter, so it might be a bit of a shorter one. The ball nearly lands in our lap, right on the boundary line in front of us here. And it's going to be a boundary throw-in, right where the 50-metre line meets the boundary, and right in front of us here. As we can hear and see them all get organised. Up close and personal. Could be a dangerous position for St. Peter's. They're going to have to defend well. Sacred Heart will be keen to make the most of this situation. Just looking for the handball, not to be. Bedford gets tackled and they do well there to get the clearance. Lorb looking for a mark, trying to use his body and push him underneath. Almost pushed him into a better position there. And Newman with a great mark in defence. Been solid in defence all afternoon. Not just him, but all of St. Peter's defenders. They find a mark on the far wing. Looking up the ground.
It's like to Cesare, I think.
I believe so, yes.
Yep.
Coming round, it's going to be Ted Newman again getting involved. Short kick, play on, not 15. Under pressure, shrugs off the tackle. And now the umpire blows the whistle for something. It's going to be a free kick, but they take the advantage. Running down the far wing, looking for the inside 50. Now it comes. No mark taken. Second efforts are good. Trying to get a kick away. Can they find something here with this kick, or can they have a shot? The shot does come.
Higgins!
He loves it, Higgins. And finally Higgins gets his goal that he's probably deserved. Had so many shots at goal. None of them have quite worked out, but the one that is not a set shot goes straight over and sails through. And St. Peter's really building a lead here that could be almost a bit too much to come back from in these conditions.
Yeah, certainly, Jad. Good call. It was a great goal by Higgins out of nowhere. It's a long snap, about 45 metres out. And
yeah, that whole play, just from where they started, they came on this wing, didn't find anything. Newman took some nice intercept marks and just played it nicely along the far wing and found a great goal. Great team goal as well, but also a great finish individually.
Good transition. They do it well, as you said, from defence, Jad. Tight-knit unit. Belperio did well. He looked like he was going to be tackled, but twinkle toes Belperio just whizzed around him.
I like that.
So ball goes forward now. Coe, quick little handball to Lovelock. He's under pressure, falling forward, and he'll get a free kick. And he's going to give him a card here. So it's on here.
Oh,
And let's see what happened.
McGill with the yellow.
Did not happen. So there's a bit happening here. So it looks like...
Did he shove him, did he?
Yeah, he just got shoved, and I don't know when he...
He's still on the floor.
So if we can hear, yeah, Lovelock was shoved in the back, and I didn't quite see what happened, but it looks like Sacred Heart have got a card here, maybe.
Well, the Sacred Heart bench is saying how we...
Yeah, why have we got a card?
I
Yeah.
think they both got a card. I think McGill got a card, and then someone shoved McGill because they were not happy with him and got a card themselves.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
So we just... Oscar Lovelock looks in a bit of trouble here. He's being attended to by the trainers.
Yeah, hopefully he's all right. That's the main thing.
Yes, that's it. He's getting to his feet now, so good to see, or on his knees now, but may have been winded a bit and just bringing the stretcher out, but I don't think they'll need it. He's got to his feet now, so good to see.
He's playing dead.
So it's a free kick, I think, for St. Peter's.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so suddenly out of a player from Sacred Heart getting pushed and on the ground, St. Peter's have got the free, and they've been carded, Sacred Heart.
Yeah.
They got a card as well.
So yeah, McGill got
one as well.
So
And then the remonstrating, was it from Sacred Heart?
that might have been what the free kick was for.
Yeah,
remonstrating, which is maybe a little bit harsh, but
Yeah, a lot happening there. Might have to check the replay to see what actually happened.
defending your own player and then gets a free kick because of you defending your own teammate. It's a bit
Yeah,
harsh,
bit
so I can
rough.
understand their frustration.
Yeah, yep.
The umpire's closest there than us, so they'll know what's going on properly. Maybe words were said, who knows.
So anyway, we're just waiting for Oscar Lovelock to leave the ground. A few changes being made. Windows come back on. Ty Bedford's going to have the ball just inside his defensive 50. McRae standing the mark. And Lovelock just holding his face there.
He looks not too bad.
Nah, so Bedford now. After all that, we're back to the play. He just pumps it long. He's been pretty good today, Ty Bedford as well. He's had some good moments. That whistle over the other side's playing a bit of havoc. Scotty Bedford this time. He puts the afterburners on. Goes long. He's kicked a goal. Great goal by Scott Bedford. You saw those bright orange boots flash past. And
yeah, I think...
Great goal. So Scotty Bedford, and that's really going to hurt now.
And I think that will hurt them even more, considering it basically came from that free kick.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
36 points of difference, 6 goals. So St. Peter's running away with this one. Late, deep in the third quarter. Be a little bit of time on with that stoppage we had just then. But Scotty Bedford gets his first.
Yeah, Bedford.
Former South Adelaide player.
Correct. 3 goals last week. Been in their better players 3 of the 6 games he's played. So 50% of the time he's in their top 5, according to the coaches. So consistent player for them, and shows why with that finish.
As Coe's wrapped up. Quick handball to McRae. Left foot Torp goes in for it. Could have been held there, Brooks. The 2-8s are at it. Rundle and Brooks. Flicked over now to McCall. He's wrapped up in a good tackle and holding the ball. So Ty Bedford gets the free kick. And once again, Sacred Heart not happy with that. Ball out wide to Nelligan in front of Simons. So Nelligan, being one of Saints' best players, goes in the middle to Fergus Carruthers. So St. Peter's really dominating possession here. Teddy Newman offers a little lead. He's going to go that way. Oh, Edward Allen was running for him, but ignores that. Goes to Nelligan. Which is a good option. Oh, he's just creeping forward on the mark, Simons. Lucky not to be pinged. So Nelligan pumps it in long, inside 50. 3-on-1 at the back. Reid, he's got it! Johnny Reid's clunked it from 3 deep.
Wow.
Just put the Dukes up, the long arms. He's outnumbered, but takes a great mark, and St. Peter's all over Sacred Heart. Looking for his second here. So Johnny Reid, this could go out to 7 goals. In he comes. Leans back. Oh, just as he snuck it in.
Yeah, in.
Thought he might have just missed to the near side, but umpire comes back to the middle and says all clear. Johnny Reid gets his second, and it's all St. Peter's in this third quarter. 7 goals up.
Wow. 4 goals, plays 1 goal in this third quarter, so definitely a dominant third quarter. The weather just stopped raining for a quarter, and St. Peter's showed their skill and really made the most of that, kicking 4 goals to 1. And it's, yeah, all St. Peter's. The game that was very much in the balance at half-time, probably say it's all over at three-quarter time, and that just shows the dominance. 28.5 minutes played. Thought it was going to be a bit of a shorter quarter, but because of the injury and just the ability to score a few more goals, they've definitely extended it. St. Peter's out the middle. Again, finding the clearance, but Sacred Heart do well. Spins around Simons and just runs out of room with his kick.
Might have been downfield. I don't know what happened, but he looks like he's getting a kick. He might have just shoved him after he kicked it.
Yeah, good spot.
Yeah.
They're going inwards towards Noble. This kick to a one-on-one. Good fly.
Oh, great mark. Fergus Carruthers.
Clever there by Fergus. Saw his brother doing magic on the other end. He said, let me help out in defence. It took a great specky.
Crowd loving it over there as well.
And another brother playing here today is Charlie Allen. Ed Allen, the captain, of course, been playing well. Charlie been handy himself in defence. And the defence of St. Peter's have stood up in this third quarter as well, just like they have most of the time. There is again Fergus looking for a tackle. Not quite. The soccer kick up by Jezre. It's going to be counted as a mark.
Oh, I think it went the required, but Higgins has taken a good mark.
And Higgins again, another shot on goal. We talked about it earlier from about that 45 metre range. He's had a few shots from here. Hasn't got one from a set shot from here, but they did kick one earlier from a snap. So he's going to be lining up. And
he's going to get 25 as well now.
Just like the umpire heard us, he's like, let me give him an extra 25 as well. Not sure exactly what that's for from all the way back here, but something the umpire saw costs that Sacred Heart give away the 25.
Yeah, things are unravelling here for the Sharks.
Yeah, a bit ill-disciplined, as well as a few calls going against them that they would have probably wanted. But now it's going to be Higgins coming in, kicks it nicely, and slots another one for James Higgins in this third quarter and extends the lead even more for St. Peter's. Really having a field day out there. It's party time almost as we approach the three-quarter time siren. And a big third quarter, the premiership quarter, as they say, for St. Peter's, has really separated these two teams.
Spot on, Jad. They've really put the foot down, St. Peter's. Their tackling's been ferocious all day.
Yeah.
And Sacred Heart, they've got to just pull their heads in a little bit here.
And it's easy to see 5 goals to 1 third quarter, but their defence, and like to talk about their attacking, but their defence has been very, very solid for St. Peter's, and we saw it in that last occasion. That really caused them to find a way to goal.
They're back in the middle now. Scotty Bedford's there. He's held without it, so things really turning pear-shaped here. Oh, and there's a player being slung through the middle there, and it looked like more. And once again, the Sacred Heart faithful are angry.
Yeah, the argument is similar to the Lovelock
Scotty,
one,
yeah, Scotty Bedford out to Malachi Carruthers, and there's the siren to end the third quarter. A dominant one for St. Peter's. They kicked 5 goals to 1 in that quarter.
Sorry.
And they take a 8-goal lead, 48 points into this last quarter. So Sacred Heart, they've got to do a bit of soul searching in this third quarter and hopefully come out and put some respectability on the board. But great quarter by St. Peter's. We'll be back with all the action in the last quarter after this short break.
The last quarter here at Cater Oval, just about to begin. 48 points the margin. St. Peter's really putting their foot down in that third quarter. 5 goals to 1, and they separate themselves from the pack. As we are about to get underway, the umpire goes up, throws the ball up, and we are underway. And now the whistle blows. Don't know what happened there. Some free kick off the ball.
Well, it might have been coming inside the square too early. I'm not sure, but
yeah, I don't know exactly what happened there, but it was a bit of a funny one. The whistle blew, and then a second later the whistle blew again for a free kick. So St. Peter's again getting robbed of the green. They're going to go forward from this situation. Kicks it into the danger zone, looking for a mark. Good punch over the top there by Agnew. Towards the boundary line, trying to keep it in. It does go out. It's going to be a boundary throw-in. Right inside the 50 metre for St. Peter's. As they look to go forward. I think Sacred Heart got the first goal of that third quarter as well, so they might have 6 goals in a row, which is crazy. But St. Peter's definitely are on a run on with some goal scoring. Deep in defence now, Sacred Heart with the clearance. Good effort there, just playing in front of his man there was Henry. Takes a really good mark, and they're the kind of marks the coach loves. Just chips it forward. Still a difficult shot for goal here, thinking about passing it. He just pops it up to a dangerous position. A big pack forms, no mark. Trying to get the snap away, Higgins. He gets tackled, and it's going to be a free kick against him holding the ball. So Higgins this time doesn't get the luck.
I thought he signalled high there at one stage, but I wasn't sure what was going on. And then, so it's going to be more in defence here. He's worked hard all day. Goes out wide, over the back. Allen's there. Charlie, that is. Quick little handball forward by Ben Ianello. He kicks it into the forward line. What can they do? Slammed on the boot by Malachi Carruthers. McRae had a crack, and in the end, errant tackle. So the free kick go to Sacred Heart. It might be Kuehl. Nice kick inboard into the middle to McRae. He's tried hard all day as well. Pumps it long with the left foot. Can they take a mark up forward? McAuliffe's there. Handball over the back. Here, this is where they do well, Sacred Heart, St. Peter's. But this time the kick's smothered by McAuliffe. Now Simons, he just slams it into a dangerous spot. Coming across, bang, hits the pack hard there. Sacred Heart player winded, I think.
Great coverage.
And yes, kick comes out. Brinkworth marks it now. He goes out wide. Hunter Window, what can he do? He's corralled well. Simons again out wide. Pumps it in to the middle. Oh, big leap. There's a mark of the day. I think it might be Brooks, is it? Or Carcuro, maybe? That's the smaller. It's not Brooks. Is it Tristan
6, yeah.
Tristan Carcuro with a mark of the day? That is huge by Carcuro. A highlight for Sacred Heart to start this quarter off. Goes back now, finishes his work. So well done by Carcuro. Check that one out on the replay. Mark down 3 minutes 20, fourth quarter, Carcuro. So something for the Sacred Heart faithful to cheer on. That was a screamer.
Great goal. Great mark. And finishes with a goal as well. So great effort all around from Carcuro.
So back to 7 goals. I'd say it's still too far out of their reach. We've only played 4 minutes, but they'd have to pile on some goals here. So at least the rain stopped for this second half. Still pretty gloomy. A few little breaks in the clouds. So ball in the middle, Noble slams it forward. Leading in the race there was Lorb. He turns around, kicks it in long, pack flies. Front there, wrapped up in a strong tackle. Was it Chester Forster? So throw up. Sacred Heart looking for back-to-back goals to start this quarter. Ball slammed on the boot by McKinnon. Leading in the race there's Kill. He's tackled well, though. St. Peter's pressure's been relentless. Higgins on the left. Looking for Bedford, but coming across, not quite taking the mark there. The Sacred Heart player, and now St. Peter's are on Michaels. Johnny Reed's over the back. He finds him, does he? He kicks it in front of him. Gets a bad bounce, Reed and Sanderson. Sanderson does well. Good little tap to to Brinkworth. Sorry, it's Forster it was, and he's been pinged holding the ball. Once again, Sacred Heart supporters are irate. And young Chester Forster.
Quickly, how much do these umpires get paid over? Oh, is that on?
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
They get paid a fair bit though?
Apparently.
Yeah, St. Peter's got the point, obviously. This is ridiculous.
You can hear the frustrations there from,
Yeah,
from the supporters for sure.
Supporters not happy here.
I don't think he doesn't mind that we're live either. He wanted his opinion out to the world, but it is Carruthers with the kick.
Yeah, just thought it could have been a sling tackle, but in comes Malachi Carruthers for his second or third. We're not quite sure. Third or fourth, sorry, but he's got it. Malachi Carruthers. He bangs through another one, so we're not quite sure. It could be 3, it could be 4.
Either way.
But either way, it's another goal, and he's got their goal back, and we're a bit rattled here with some advice from one of the players in the reserves.
That's why we like local footy.
Yeah, that's it.
The passionate fans, they're not afraid to voice their opinions. And there's definitely been some free kicks that I've been a bit like, I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah.
But every game that occurs, and they've got the rub of the green St. Peter's, but free kicks or not, they've got a really healthy lead here.
As it gets dark and the rain just starts to come down a bit here.
Feels like a night game.
Ball back in the middle.
Back underway. Sacred Heart with a clearance this time. Looking for a mark. No mark taken. It's going to come over the top. Kakuro saw him take a wonderful mark. This time does the dirty work with a great tackle. No on the ball, and the crowd are wondering why not, because they just want a free kick at this stage, the Sacred Heart fans. Looking for the clearance. It's not going to be anything coming from this one. Another repeat stoppage. The rain getting a little bit heavier as we need the lights on if there was, but there's no lights out here, so it's going to stay a bit dark for us, but that's okay. Nearly done now with 7 minutes played in the last quarter. The rain getting much heavier, and St. Peter's will be happy they scored all those goals in the dry conditions, because it's going to be hard for Sacred Heart now to make a comeback in these conditions. This is probably the heaviest it's been for almost all game.
People ducking for cover down the southern end. And it starts to team down here.
A long kick forward. Coe's there, takes a good mark. He's going to kick inside 50.
McRae, I think.
McRae, you're right.
Yep.
Captain number 29. Probably smart not to kick it too high up in the air. Just keep it down low. Not too bad of a kick into a dangerous position. Sacred Heart looking for a quick snap away. Now they kick it away, but the umpire's already blown for a stoppage. Deep in the attack of Sacred Heart. And a few metres from goal, the snap comes around smothered. And it's Malachi Carruthers again involved. Another bowl up. This one comes up fast. The rain's stopped already, or slowed down a lot already, so it's just only a small burst of heavy rain. And it's going to be the ball, St. Peter's ball, last possession, deep in defence. They're going to clear it out here, I reckon. Just a big kick as hard as you can. That's exactly what happens. A big pack of players, so no mark. Play on, says the umpire. Going backwards to go forwards. Now the kick comes and cut off nicely by Shock. He goes inside, sees something he likes, goes over the top of the whole pack. Still alive here. The soccer kick off the ground from the defence. Wants a free kick. The crowd again for that tackle, but it's not going to be another stoppage.
So, rain consistent now. St. Peter's just waxing a bit of time off the clock. Ty Bedford's in there. Picked up there, Noble. He gets tackled well. Ty Bedford again. pushed off at this time. Players going everywhere. The ball going nowhere. So gloomy conditions. Last quarter at Caterer Oval. Ball comes out now to Coe. He's tackled well. McRae. Handball's there to Brinkworth. Now back to McRae. Into a dangerous spot. St. Peter's though clear. Belperio in the blue boots. Out to Colley. Does well in the long sleeves. So Ed Colley just slowing it up. Goes out wide. Belperio's ran on for him, but he's all went shorter than him and was picked up by Dewhurst. And good mark. Taken there by number 8 for, that was Ned Brooks, but his kick goes out wide and out of bounds. So St. Peter's will bring it back into play. It looks like David Grant back there. Might have been even Brooks. So ball back now out of side. Everyone playing a bit of ping pong, aerial ping pong over there. Ball going nowhere. And strong tackle. Darcy Lewis it is who's wrapped up. So Sting's gone out of this a little bit.
Yeah.
Rain set in a little bit in this last quarter. Got slippery again. And there's a free kick picked out here for Sacred Heart. And kick forward now in the hands of Simons. So Clayton Simons got a lead there. Oh, good, not quite. McAuliffe crumbs it well though. But it's going across the face of goal and won't register a score at all. Good front and centre from McAuliffe, Henry McAuliffe. Got to get the right Christian name. All the McAuliffe brothers. So Sacred Heart, St. Peter's to bring it back in. Kick comes out. Higgins over the back of his head. Sanderson's there. St. Peter's now Brinkworth slams it on the boot. Picked up now. Oscar Lovelock, good to see him back out. McAuliffe centres the ball well and over the back. Good little nudge by Clayton Simons. Used the body well. And a good centering ball there from McAuliffe. So Clayton Simons now has a chance to register Shock's 6th goal.
The 2 goals Simons last time they played actually, round 12, 2024.
Thank you, Jad.
Yeah, seeing him push forward for a goal here, potentially.
So when he comes, son of the great Tony Simons, Clayton Simons goes bang, kicks their 6th goal. So bit of encouragement from his teammates. Sanderson liked it. So Sacred Heart have got 2 in this quarter.
2-1.
2-1. So yeah, they're winning the quarter. Still a long way away. 42.7 goals still behind. We've played 13 minutes in this last quarter.
Yeah, it was a great job there by Sacred Heart. More of that was needed a bit earlier on. They played it very nicely. It's good to see them not giving up. If they do end up losing, which obviously looks to be the case now, but it's only their 2nd loss for the season, but it will be 2 in a row. The last one coming by just the 1 point. So, the last one was 27 points, for Sacred Heart. So they lost to Ross Trevor in round 7 by that 27. So it's interesting to see. There was a bye in between. They're coming up against good opposition in Ross Trevor and St. Peter's, but it's still 2 losses in a row after being not having a loss before then. So it's going to be interesting to see how they can regroup from this. And this will put St. Peter's up to the same points tally as Sacred Heart, so pushing for that higher up the ladder and pushing for that top 2 position.
Yeah, good percentage as well at the moment. If they can keep, they're already a couple of percent clear of Sacred Heart. They are St. Peter's, so I think it'll be very handy.
The kick coming now though to reduce that percentage a little bit from Kakura, I believe, but goes right. It still stays in, so still some work to do for the defence. The handballing's been good, the tackle's been good, and they get a hold on the ball now. Sacred Heart right in the pocket. and the crowd are finally happy in that corner with a free kick going in their direction. Going to be a tricky angle here. Coming in now. He likes it, I think.
Good goal, Lord.
Goal, Lord.
Yep.
Yeah, couldn't quite see the number from here.
Yeah, number 18, 19, I think it is. Yep,
yeah.
Lord.
So
Yeah, so
Lord
good goal.
with his first, and that's 2 in a row now.
Yep.
They've kicked 3 goals to 1 this quarter, so, you know, a few more might make it interesting, but they'll be happy, and the coach, Alex Carlotto, will be happy at least if they win this final quarter. They don't give up. But Lord with a nice finish there, right in the pocket.
Yeah, 3 of the last 4 goals here for Shocks. We've played 15, nearly 16 minutes in this last quarter. So Kayleto goes up with Bone. He's worked hard all day. McRae, he's worked hard as well. Slams it on the boot. Out wide there, Charlie Allen slams it on his left foot, and that'll go out of bounds. So McRae will get another possession. Sacred Heart going forward again. To a dangerous spot. Picked up there by Simons, weaving around 1 or 2. Has a ping at goal. Didn't quite make the distance. Dave Grant back there. Good little handball, but I think the umpire said that was out of bounds. So they'll be able to throw in deep inside the pocket as a bit of sunshine comes out onto Cater Oval here. We have not seen it all day. But what a great thing. Where's the rainbow? Should be around here somewhere with the darkness. And
True.
Oh, good tackle there by Malachi Carruthers. Allen, Edward, that is, slams it on the boot. McKinnon leads in the race. Smith sees it over with him. Out in front of the girls playing over there. On the Wilson Oval. So throw in now. Kayleto, unopposed, slams it forward, but straight to Edward Allen. He slams it on his right boot this time. Sanderson leads in the race, does well, attacks it hard. Couldn't get a good bounce to Cesare. He's tackled high. Umpire said, I'll bring that back. Nick Michaels was running onto it thinking, pay advantage.
Yeah.
That one's near me. But he's going to have to give it back. Everyone had stopped. He gives a little torp barrel back. So Lockie to Cesare. What a great thing. The sun out. The Cesare out wide. Oh, just giving a shove, Brooks, after he kicked that. Pack flies. Ball comes out wide. Slapped on the left foot. Sanderson does get well again, leading in the race. Handball from McRae to Coe. Kayleto now, he's gone. Oh, umpire was about to play holding the ball, but just got a foot to it. Coe now. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle. St. Peter's have tackled hard all day. That was the ruckman doing some hard work there. Bone, he's played well. Big ruckman, Fraser Bone back in the side this week with Stuart Rattray out. Ball goes forward. Picking it up there. Good hands by Charlie Allen to Edward Allen. It's sliced off the boot. Collie gets a bad bounce. The Cesare leads in the race. He tries to sock it off the ground. Now Smith, one of the most blatant deliberates you'll ever see.
No.
But umpire says, I'll throw it in.
Disguised it well.
Scotty Bedford wanted a free there.
Disguised it well.
No, they don't pay it very often, the old deliberate. You rarely see them paid. So throw in front of us. St. Peter's in attack now. Ball goes out wide. Picked up by Forster. Slammed on the boot by Agnew. Leading in the race out there's Henry. Picked up there though by Hilliard. Quick little handball was clever to Simons on the left. Leading in the race is Noble. Grant's wearing him well. Gets a handball away. And now Charlie Allen takes it out of bounds. He's been solid today as well, Charlie Allen. Change there. Bone going off and Max Henry back on.
Max Henry sprinting to get
Look at the
involved in
pace,
this ruck
yeah.
contest. He is sometimes helping out in the ruck, so this time he couldn't
Bedford
get
had
there
to
in
go.
time.
Scotty Bedford was rucking.
Yeah, good spot. Scotty Bedford much shorter than his opponent. Had to jump in the ruck there because Henry still hadn't made it. Long sprint for him. Sprinted for no reason in the end. But it will be a repeat stoppage, so you can get involved in this one. Henry. And yeah, 20 minutes played, just now passing over into time on. And St. Peter's just trying to hold on now and trying to waste a bit of time as well. They're happy with the result. Long high kick. Good tackling still there by Nelligan. He's been very handy all day. And Carruthers has clicked plenty of goals. He does well, but that time he's wrapped up and his kick doesn't find his target because of that. Really big kick there. Kicked about 60-metre bomb right into the forward line. Couldn't quite mark or anything like that, but it's still alive. Running out of room, eventually does go up the stairs, so it's going to come out and it's going to be a boundary thrown right in front of the canteen there. Went and visited at a half-time, got a coffee. Very nice food there. And
You had a couple of snags.
believe you had a
The
snag,
ladies
yeah.
doing a lovely job
snags that
in the kitchen.
Malachi Carruthers might be winning. 1 kilo of sausages for the goal of the week, and I think his is going to be the one to get that one. So it's going to be interesting to see if he gets the Archie thongs as well and the voucher to the Butley Hotel, because it's going to be interesting to see who we pick as our best player. Been a few good players out there for St. Peter's, I'd say. A stoppage now in the corner, in the pocket. Just goes up. Can they try and find a quick snap away? Sacred Heart. They've got a few goals in a row. If umpire sees something, it's going to be a free kick going the way of Sacred Heart.
It's Darcy Glewis.
And Glewis is going to have a chance to have a shot at goal. 8 goals this season, Glewis.
He does a bit of the kicking in as well, so he's defence and forward. Darcy Glewis. His brother's not playing either today, Joe Glewis, so there's another one out that's not playing for Sacred Heart, so they've got a few out.
Coming in now with the left foot. Big kick towards goal. Doesn't quite make the distance. Maybe it was a bit of a pass or went off the side of the boot, but they find a way to snap it towards goal now.
Hilliard it was, number one.
And Hilliard with a great finish. He'll be happy with that one. And Sacred Heart kicking a few in a row now, really reducing that margin. 30 points still, if they've updated that, but either way, just reducing the damage that they're going to be inflicted in terms of the percentage as well.
Yeah,
So
is it 4-1 this quarter now, I think?
Yes.
4 goals to 1?
Yep, correct. So
Yep.
great job for them to win the final quarter so far, but some nice finishing as well. And I think that's kind of what we should have seen a bit earlier from them, especially in that first half when it was really wet, just banging it into the dangerous positions and hoping for the best. And Hilliard finishes nicely. Carlotto with a nice tap down. Coe getting involved again. He's tackled nice, has one hand free, but couldn't find a kick, so it's going to be the umpire's ball right in the centre circle, right where we just were after the goal a second ago. Carlotto again with a nice tap. He's probably winning the hit-outs, but he's been good bone coming in with Stuart Rattray out, being competitive. Bedford now with a kick. Tackles, he kicks it. Still stays in, and now eventually does dribble out, so it's going to be a boundary throw-in on the far wing.
So not long to go in this game. 23 minutes gone. It's been a good last quarter for Sacred Heart, but the Saints have done the job. So tapped by Henry in the ruck now. Picked up well by Michaels. Out to McGill on the lead there. Here's Chester, Forster. Over to Darcy Glewis. His kicks over the head of Kill. Running through well was McKinnon. He's done some good things today as well. Jesse McKinnon, nice little kick to Scotty Bedford. Had Reed on all by himself, and it's going to go straight down his throat over the head of Dewhurst. And Johnny Reed now lining up for his third of the day. So pretty handy return by the big man. In conditions like today as well. So Johnny Reed, peg one back here. This last quarter of Sacred Heart. This will be their 13th if he can convert.
Also has 8 goals for the season, and also a bit of a swingman.
Yep, Johnny Reid, he loves it. Straight through the middle. So St. Peter's get their 13th, back out to 6 goals. The margin, 13-8, 86, plays 8-2-50. So St. Peter's certainly sending a message today to the competition. We saw last year they showed some good signs later in the season.
Yep.
And Coach Mick O'Leary's got him going beautifully. He gives Ty Bedford a little pat on the back. Knows the job's been done as Ed Colley goes off and Nick Michaels comes back on. So ball back in the middle, 25 and a bit gone in this last quarter. So there's been 6 goals kicked, 4-2, so there'll still be a few minutes, you'd say.
Taking a bit of time to get the ball back into the middle after Johnny Reid's big kick. We're underway now. Cole again involved. Great clearance. Smothered though off the boot. Now the clearance comes. Big pack. Oh, a bit of a collision. Good courage from both players. Kept their eye on the ball the whole way through. Last line defence just kicks it long. Good job there by Henry. He's been solid as well for St. Peter's. He goes out wide to McGill. Finding Charlie Allen. It'll be interesting to see if Ben McGill gets back in the team. Watched him a bit in the Bs after he got dropped and was probably one of the better players out there, as you'd expect. In the helmet, Ben McGill kicked a nice goal as well that I saw in the second half. I'm not sure if he got any in the first half, but great performance we'll see, and just shows the depth of St. Peter's. They got a great player like Ben McGill, can afford to send him back to the Bs to find some form. So great depth from this St. Peter's team as well. The ball finds its way out of bounds right in front of the marquee on the far side.
Hamish Allen's another one that's played a bit of the league A-grade footy. He played in the 2s today as well.
Yeah,
Harvey George.
Few Allen's out there. Harvey George was good last time I watched him as well.
Yeah, he's in the 2s as well.
In round 6 when I was out here, I might have had him in the best even. He was very good that day. Advantage,
yeah,
the umpire says. So he's going to go down. Good mark taken. They're trying to play on quick before the defence can get set up. Good kick to the one-on-one. Over the top. Couldn't take the mark. Has an opportunity if he can just to get back on his feet. Now the help comes for the defence. Not letting him breathe. Now they find a way to find a handball over the top. Looking for a soccer kick. There goes the siren. So just confirming the result that we've known for quite a bit. 13-8, 86 plays 8-2-50. 36 points the margin, and a good effort for St. Peter's.
Yeah.
Finished up here. It looked like something was happening, but instead they are done. So it's a great effort for St. Peter's to get a very, very good victory. Coming in second v3, that they were the team sitting in 3, just 1 win behind Sacred Heart, but now they even up the ledger.
Yeah, and percentage as well. Their percentage is better, I think, than Sacred Heart. So a really important win for St. Peter's. That third quarter was where they really blew it open and piled on some goals, and then it was all over sort of at 3/4 time, you'd think, with the rain coming in as well.
Yeah, sorry.
But yeah, you go, mate.
No, all good. Just I was just going to mention Sacred Heart, 8 goals, but all different goal scorers. So couldn't find someone to really kick the bag in. But for St. Peter's, they had Reid with 3, Malachi Crosby was 4 or 3. We're not exactly sure, but either way, another bag there. Higgins got 2 in the end. He could have even had more. So just shows the attacking power they have, and also that third quarter just separated them for sure, kicking that 6 goals to 1. So it's going to be interesting to see. Sacred Heart now have lost 2 in a row, despite them being against some of the better teams in the competition, Ross Trevor and now St. Peter's. So it's going to be interesting to see how they recover from this.
Yeah, definitely. As you said, they've got a few out at the moment, so they'll be looking forward to welcoming back Boyle, the likes of Boyle and Joey Glewis, and we get a couple more. Benny Maroney is always a focal point, quite quick up forward and kicks goals, doesn't he? Yeah. And Tommy McDermott's still on the sideline, they'll be still there. The Shockers, they'll lick their wounds today, and I'm sure they'll bounce back because they've got plenty of depth as well there too. Some good players running around there as well, so I expect them to definitely bounce back.
Yeah, well
as
said.
well. So we'll probably leave it there, and we'll finish our wrap up, and shortly we'll give our little 3-minute summary. So thanks for listening in around the world, Australia, and I'm Nathan Woods and Jad Goshen today. We've thoroughly enjoyed it, even though we got a bit wet and it was a bit cold, but saw a good game of footy. We got drowned, actually. So, but no, a great game of footy. The sun's out now, and St. Peter's are going to go in there and sing their song very loudly now. So thanks all.